apologize for the lack of Toby in our last episode. I'm sure you were all upset.
I really let you down.
I really let you down. Toby was snuggling in the bed in there, and I didn't think to go get him. So but he's back now. Don't worry. He's fluffy, and he got his teeth cleaned, and he's happy to be here.
And if you're listening on the podcast, maybe he'll make a noise.
Nothing. Just some light licking.
I wish you could hear that. Can you hear it? You did a good job.
Yeah, he tried.
He's very quiet.
But anyways, I'm Felicia.
I'm Lauren.
And we're best friends.
And we like scary movies.
It's true.
Love them.
We love them. And we did a couple of episodes recently where we broke down the true stories behind some of our favorite horror movies.
Yeah.
And you guys seem to like that, so we're going to do it again.
I was surprised. You said that, and then I was like, did they? And then I looked at the comments.
Oh,
they did!
Did you read the comments?
Sometimes.
You should read the comments. Everyone's very nice.
I do a skim, and I say, did they say anything about how pretty I am? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh my
I'm
God,
really kidding.
I'm sure she's not kidding.
No, I look at the comments and see, did they say how big my brain is?
Yes.
How well spoken I am?
So big brain, very smart.
They said, Lauren, have you been to the gym?
Have you been to the gym? You're looking really skinny, and also your brain is looking really big.
You know, as I continue to work out, I get skinnier, my brain gets bigger.
It's incredible. Science, what an incredible thing.
These are some loose episodes. Okay. This week, I am talking about the true story behind The Exorcist.
Woo!
As I pet Toby.
Did we talk about The Exorcist on here before?
We did. I talked about Linda Blair.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
It's my fave.
It's her fave.
I came back to my tried and true.
Toby is staring at me with eyes of an angel.
I think it's weird because I'm petting him and he's still staring at Felicia with love.
He's confused.
No, he just loves her. Okay, so I'm talking about The Exorcist.
Yes.
And this is basically the documented claims.
Are we not centered? I just want everything to be absolutely perfect. Okay.
That's Felicia as a housewife.
Yeah.
I just wanted this dinner party.
Just burning the roast, throwing the knives.
I can't wait.
It's going to be a
tight bun.
Dramatic time. What's happening?
Okay. We're talking about The Exorcist, which are the documented claims that the 1971 novel called The Exorcist.
Yes.
By William Peter Blatty.
All right, Blatty. Well done.
And the 73 film were based on.
Which totally blew my mind today.
What?
To realize that the movie came out so quickly after the book came out. I did not have that understanding before.
They said, there's money in them hills, and they ran.
And they hired Linda Blair and put some throw up in her mouth and ran.
And ruined her life.
No!
So, this event happened in the late 1940s. Okay. So we're going to rewind 30 years before that book. Priests of the Roman Catholic Church performed a series of exorcisms, not one, series.
Okay.
On an anonymous boy whose fake name, I shall now call him Roland Doe, or some people called him Robbie Mannheim.
Which Travis earlier said he should spell it like he's rolling in dough.
Which is good.
Which is funny.
So Roland Doe.
This is not a funny story.
It's not funny, but it's a little funny.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not true.
Well,
I don't believe in ghosts.
She doesn't believe in anything. Except for the Lord Jesus Christ.
Except for the Lord Jesus Christ, who is featured in this story. And if you found Jesus, you wouldn't see demons either. So.
I am dead. This is the funniest episode you ever did.
It's not. It's only to us. So he was 14 years old. He was allegedly a victim of demonic possession.
Okay.
And
14.
This was, I'm not including this because it seems like a bad copy-paste job. So the origin of the claims was in mid-1949.
Okay.
It was several newspaper articles, printed stories about this alleged possession.
Oh, wow.
Alleged exorcism. So the source of these reports is supposedly the family's former pastor, who is Luther Miles Schultz.
Okay.
And according to one account, a total of 48 people witnessed this, like the biggest of the exorcisms.
That's a big audience.
Yeah, I wonder who was in there. Let me tell you.
All right, Wikipedia, tell us all about it.
Well, first off, okay, so this little boy was born into a German Lutheran family.
Okay.
Not Catholic. Got it. They lived in Cottage City, Maryland.
Oh, Maryland.
Yep, Maryland.
Nice.
It happened right around the corner from your house.
Wow.
Just kidding. I don't know where Cottage City is.
Me neither.
But he was an only child, so he depended on adults for playmates.
Okay.
And my father is an only child, and knowing how he is, definitely only children are messed up. Just kidding, Dad. So, no. But I do think
we only make fun of the parents that we know listen to the podcast.
That's so true. I think my mom listens sometimes.
Oh, that's nice.
Probably not.
I thought she would be scared.
Yeah, I know my brothers like pick their favorites, which I always think is funny.
Nice. I don't think my brothers know I have a podcast.
My brothers are very supportive.
That's nice. That's nice.
Wait, actually, this is such a good place to say, go to my brother's restaurant. It's called Farm Bird.
Oh my God, our first ad.
Our first ad.
But really, it's in DC, and it was just named number 3 of the Yelp top 100 places to eat in America.
America, ladies and gentlemen.
Lauren's brother's restaurant.
Andrew Harris. His addresses. No, I'm just kidding.
And I will say, a couple of years ago, Lauren took me to a tasting party before they opened the restaurant to be like, are these good menu items? And when I was walking in there, I was like, oh my God, these idiots are going to start a restaurant. It's so stupid. They're crazy.
They're not going to make any money.
I took one bite of this sandwich and I said, open a restaurant.
She said, here's $1 million.
Here's $1 million if I had it. But it really was good.
Side story. Sorry about that.
That's the most impressive thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, so go to Farm Bird in DC.
Except for this other impressive thing where one of Lauren's coworkers just won Wheel of Fortune.
That's also true.
This is like, I'm so glad I'm so close to you, because apparently really great things happen to people that are close to you.
Only good things happen to people that are close to me. Not to me, but close to me. If you want to get lucky, get close to me.
Get close.
Okay, I need to stop.
One day we'll tell this story.
So, he was surrounded by adults. So, looking for playmates, he found his Aunt Harriet. Which, sometimes her name is Tilly in other articles. But I'm going with Harriet.
All right, we like Harriet.
She was a spiritualist.
Oh, okay.
And he said, Aunt Harriet, I'm bored. And she said, here's a Ouija board.
No.
First mistake.
Bad Harriet.
Then Aunt Harriet died. So they didn't have a ton of time together. Feels like in this this Wikipedia version, they had maybe months together. I'm not sure.
Unclear.
So she died, and the family immediately began to experience strange noises, furniture moving, ordinary objects levitating when the little boy was nearby.
Like maybe from her?
Very unclear.
Okay.
It's unclear to me if it was the introduction of the Ouija board, the death of Aunt Harriet. She was like not there to help him keep the demons in.
Got it. Okay.
He started to mess around with it. I'm not sure. But
don't mess with
some of the stuff they accounted seems like it was related to the boy, and some of the stuff was just like, oh, that couch moved.
Oh, weird.
So not sure.
Okay.
But the family turned to their Lutheran. Sorry.
Lutheran Mr. Luther.
Well,
he is, right?
That's what I feel weird about.
His first name is Luther, and he's a Lutheran.
Yes, check those facts. But their Lutheran Pastor Luther stayed the night to observe this boy, and he claimed he witnessed similar weird occurrences.
Oh, wow.
And advised the boy's parents to see a Catholic priest. So he knew it was good for him. He said, go to the Catholics.
He's like, the Lutherans can't handle this.
I think it's so funny. Like, why?
Well, I don't know. Because the Catholics are the only ones that can
do exorcisms.
Do exorcisms and also, like, approve them. Like, they have to be approved by the Vatican.
Yeah.
It's like a whole thing.
Which is crazy.
I know.
To this day.
To this day.
And people do it.
On. Yeah.
Okay, so then the boy underwent a number of exorcisms. The first one was by Edward Hughes, who was a Roman Catholic priest at the Georgetown University Hospital, conveniently located quite close to Farm Bird.
You know what I almost just said?
What?
I almost just said, Georgetown. Oh my God, that's like the Exorcist.
She's so stupid.
Thank you. I'll take another glass.
She's doing great. Okay, so during the exorcism, the boy allegedly slipped a hand out of his restraint, broke a bed spring from under the mattress, and used that bed spring as a weapon to slash the priest.
Whoa!
A lot went down.
That's complicated.
So the ritual, or the exorcism, was halted. And some sources say that a scratch formed on his body that spelled the word Lewis, which I would have assumed
that's my dad's name.
A person. Yes.
Dad,
the
did you do
family,
that?
the family understood that they needed to go to St. Louis, where they have family.
Oh, what?
I
Was
don't
it
understand.
Louis?
Yes.
Okay, that's not
Sorry.
my dad's name.
Sorry. Louis.
Okay. They
That's
were like,
it.
let's go to St. Louis.
So they said, let's go to St. Louis, which is, I don't know.
Okay.
So they went to St. Louis, where the boy's cousin, who lived there, contacted one of his professors at St. Louis University. Remember that thing I thought was a bad copy-paste job? Here's it coming back.
Copy-paste job.
So, the priest that would document most of the facts about the exorcism is Raymond J. Bishop. So he was there in St. Louis. He was the professor, and he also brought William S. Bodern, who is an associate of College Church, to the boy at his relative's house. So they went there, where they observed a shaking bed, flying objects, the boy speaking in a guttural voice, and exhibiting an aversion to anything sacred.
Got it.
Little cross.
Yes.
So
Scared.
they also observed that he behaved normally throughout the day and only started acting weird when he went to his bed at night. And then he would be screaming and wild outbursts. So one night, so they were continuing to perform exorcisms at his house. They were with him, the priests were with him, performing constantly, nonstop. But one night things got out of hand. The boy urinated all over the bed and was shouting at the priests. And they said, we got to get him out of here.
Okay.
We got to get serious. So William Bodern was granted permission from the archbishop to perform another exorcism. So they moved him to the Alexian Brothers Hospital in South St. Louis. St. Louis? Still don't know. St. Louis?
Don't know.
I say. Which this hospital is later destroyed, which I just think is cool.
Oh.
I think it was like normal, like,
yes.
make a parking lot, but still cool.
Yeah. It had to be destroyed.
Had to be destroyed. So before this exorcism at the hospital happened, they brought in two other priests whose names were Walter Halloran. Yeah.
Sounds good.
And William Van Roo. So Halloran stated that during the scene, words such as evil and hell, along with other various marks, appeared on the teenager's body.
Yikes.
Yeah, not good. And then during the Litany of the Saints portion of the exorcism, don't know it, am Catholic, don't know that, the boy's mattress began to shake. Moreover, the little boy broke one of the priest's nose during the process.
Whoa.
So again, they're just continuing to do exorcisms as far as I know. They're doing their thing.
They keep trying.
On April 18th, a, quote, miracle occurred. It was the Monday after Easter. Great timing. Roland woke up with seizures. He was yelling. The priest called on St. Michael to help them battle Satan for Roland's soul. So they laid crucifix and rosaries on his body. The boy said later that he remembered seeing St. Michael come and battling Satan, which is crazy.
Battling Satan?
Apparently.
Wow.
And then at 10:45, the boy woke up from his trance. 10:45 p.m. Sorry, they started this in the morning. 10:45 p.m. He came out of his trance and said, quote, he's gone. Spooky.
He's gone.
Halloran told a reporter that after the rite was over, this little boy, after the exorcism, went on to lead a rather ordinary life. So, that's the story.
What? So what was it about that last time? Like, what did it? Was there like...
Monday after Easter?
It's just Jesus coming...
They just kept bringing in more people.
Interesting.
Tied him down in a better way.
Yeah.
He got bored.
He got bored. Satan was like, oh, God, I'm so bored. Get me out of here.
Who knows?
Okay, interesting.
So, it worked. So, in his 1993 book, Possessed, The True Story of an Exorcism, author Thomas B. Allen offered, the consensus of today's expert is that Robbie, what did I call him earlier? Roland. Roland was just a deeply disturbed boy. Nothing supernatural about him. So first guy that said something. Next, we got author Mark Opsasnick, I'm going to say. So his book was called The Real Story Behind the Exorcist. Probably what this episode will be called. Just kidding. But
you betcha.
This was in 2006. So he started to really dig at the claims. So he started doing some hard investigating. He says basically Roland was just a bully who used the tantrums for attention and to get out of things he didn't want to do.
Wow.
Intense.
It's like, but how far would you take something like that?
Right. I'm like, I would like do it
Like, eventually, wouldn't you give it up?
Yeah. Or, like, someone would, like, be like you know, someone would catch you.
How long did this go on for? Do you know? Was it, like, years or was it, like, months?
I feel like months, but I don't know if that's true.
Maybe that
What's my first date?
More plausible, I guess.
Yeah.
That he could have been faking.
It doesn't seem like it was, like, forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, mid-1949 is the first article, but that doesn't help. Anyway.
It's fine.
I might find it out. We'll put it in the comment section. I'll comment to this video.
Laura comments sometimes.
I'll say, I read this.
I found new information.
So anyway, he, in this book by Mark, you know, Real Story Behind the Exorcist, 2006, he reports that Halloran, that priest that I was talking about earlier, who was present, never heard the boy's voice change, and that he thought the boy merely mimicked Latin words he heard clergymen say, rather than gaining a sudden ability to speak Latin. Which also, I don't really think I said earlier that he was speaking Latin, but he was.
Yeah, but I'm also picturing, like, a 14-year-old kid. Like, how is he going to remember anything in Latin?
I don't know.
Just from hearing it at, like, a church service. Like, I feel like I would have never been able to, like, re-recite that stuff.
And that's why I'm like, who knows if it was just, like, one word?
Right.
Maybe. Or, like, a sentence? I don't know. Unclear. But the book reports that when marks were found on the boy's body, Halloran failed to check the boy's fingernails to see if he had made the marks himself. But, like, there was a lot going on.
There's no pictures, right?
There probably are, actually.
But he's anonymous. They kept the boy anonymous. Yeah, so it's
definitely not.
They didn't keep him anonymous?
No, I'm saying there can't possibly be pictures, right?
Yeah.
Look at this creepy little pic.
Oh, spoopy.
Who knows? Maybe just an imagining. You never know.
Yeah.
Okay, but let's see. What else did they find? They figured out the exorcism did not take place where they said it did in the book. Not that address. But I mean, then so I'm like, this is hard because it's like
the book wasn't supposed to be exact, right? It was supposed to be.
I'm unclear. No, because the book is also, isn't it Reagan?
Yeah, it's a girl. So it's like they obviously changed stuff.
But I'm like, are they talking about the article? It's all unclear. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Anyway, is there anything else I wanted to say? Basically, he's saying there's no evidence that that specific story I said at Georgetown with the boy coming out of his restraint and the priest being injured, apparently there was, like, no documentation of that.
Oh, okay.
Like, no actual evidence of that. But we'll see.
Yeah.
So, and then finally, like, he kind of lays out, I guess, his final argument in this book is that to psychiatrists, you know, he suffered from a mental illness. To the priests, it was a case of demonic possession. And to writers and film video producers, it was a great story to exploit for profit. So it's like everybody kind of saw it the way that they wanted to do.
I'm curious, you said, like, this kid just went on to live, like, a normal life.
Yeah, what he says.
Yeah, but, like, he was having some sort of mental illness. Like, that doesn't go away.
Right.
So it's like, was it...
But that's when, like, was he, like, getting therapy?
I don't know. Like, maybe it was, like, him getting attention, or maybe it was demonic possession, but, like, mental illness makes me be like, I don't think he would have... I think he would have had a more complicated after.
Yeah.
If it was just mental illness.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I think that's pretty much it. The other thing in this book is he said he spoke with neighbors and childhood friends, most of whom he only referenced in this book by initials. He concluded that the boy had been a very clever trickster who had pulled pranks to frighten his mother and to fool children in the neighborhood. But again, it's like, who did he interview?
I don't know. Who did he interview?
I don't know. It's,
interesting.
I didn't have too many hard facts.
No, that was a good story, though.
I think it's interesting that it's a boy, mostly. I'm like, I wonder why.
Why they changed it?
Yeah, like, I feel like it's, like, similar to our Nightmare on Elm Street conversation where it's, like, so much easier to, like, feel for a little girl being vulnerable.
You're more scared for a little girl.
Yeah.
That's probably, I mean, I'm sure that was probably part of it.
It's interesting.
Yeah.
And I wonder if they, like, no.
We don't know.
That's it. Rolling dough, guys.
Rolling dough.
Now I do want to read the book, though, like the novel that it's based on.
Me too. I don't know why I've never read it.
I never read it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I wonder if it's long. Is it long?
I know. And now I'm like, I also want to, like, look more into this, if there's anything you can find out about this little boy as an adult.
Yeah, that's what I really want to know. But it's hard because
it's anonymous. It's like nobody says...
So, because you have all the priest names and things like that. It's
I know,
just like
that's why I'm like, it's weird.
Because he was a kid, I guess.
Nothing.
Well, good for him.
I know, fine.
My story is going to be very different than that ending.
Is it?
Yes.
Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Yeah, so, as we did last time, is that it?
I think that's it.
Okay.
We're going to do a to be continued.
We're going to be a to be continued, and I'll tell you guys an exorcism story next week. So,
without a happy ending.
Without a happy ending of any sort. But we hope you have some sweet, sweet nightmares.
Bye.
Bye.